So today, let's talk about a space that's called the land between. Now, the land between is about uninvited and undesired space. And often we find ourselves catapulted into the land between in a single conversation, and sometimes in a single sentence. I mean, it's the phone that's ringing at 3 o'clock in the morning. And we answer and we hear those words, "There's been an accident." And suddenly life as we knew it is on hold. I mean, life as we knew it is suspended. It's the woman sitting in the doctor's office and she hears the words, the tumor is malignant, and time seems to stop. Sometimes we enter the land between as if we've been thrown from a moving train. We find ourselves suddenly in the vocabulary of cancer treatment, the valley of the suddenly single, the land of the grieving. And I'm not a stranger to this place called the land between. It was in November of my 7th grade year that I awakened one morning to learn that my mother had been killed in an automobile accident the night before. Now, at the time, my mom and dad had 5 kids. My older sister was 13, I was 12. My younger brothers were 9, 4, and 2 months old. And the 2-month-old lived through the accident that took my mom's life. Now, to say that those days were disorienting or confusing is an incredible understatement. We lived in the western states, and shortly after my mom's death, my dad moved us to the Midwest, where he met and quickly married a 21-year-old recent college graduate. So now there's the insertion of a very young stepmom. Then after that, moved from the Midwest to California. And so all of life had been so similar in my growing up years up to the 7th grade. And then one funeral, one wedding, and 2 cross-country moves later, everything had changed and then changed again. And I think it might be fair just to ask the question, what might our good and gracious God be designing such space to do? What might He have planned for us in such difficult, challenging, barren, desert space? Now this image of the desert, this image of the wilderness, this plays a prominent role in our Bibles. Very early in the story of the Bible, there's a group called the Israelites, and they have been enslaved for generations in Egypt. But under the leadership of Moses, they exit Egypt and they're headed toward a place called Canaan. It was the land promised to their ancestors. But between the land of slavery and the land of promise, they had to navigate the wilderness, the Sinai desert, and they will spend years there. And what we learned from that time in the desert, the plan was for them to experience God at His very best in that desert space. You see, the desert is about shortage. And here they were to learn that their Lord was the God who provides. The desert is about uncertainty, and here they were to learn to follow the God who leads. The desert is difficult space, and here they were to learn the trustworthiness of their rescuing God. In the desert, the space that we hate, we often have the opportunity to experience God at His best. And so my prayer for you today, those of you navigating the land between, may God be near you. And may you experience His closeness. May He meet you in this challenging space. May the desperate landscape of the desert produce a harvest that you never imagined. May God be pleased to meet you powerfully in the land between.